Rachel. I'm also a morning news producer.
Darius, morning reporter.
I think I got into this business growing up on the south side of Chicago. You see a lot of things, and I was also raised by my grandparents. They kept the news on in the morning, in the evening, all the time. I would go to school in the morning, GMA was on. I would come back home from school and the local news was on that evening. So it was just always instilled in me, and I think that's where I kind of came to love it.
Grandparents love the news, don't they?
Yes.
It's always on.
Still do.
I've always loved cameras and the lights and everything like that, and I really love telling stories. And so at least like as a producer, I get to tell people stories, and I get to go out on my own and say, hey, I like this story, can I do this? And it's really easy to do that here. So my way is just telling the stories.
A lot of people hear like news producer and you think, you're just in there putting stories in, but you actually go out and seek your own content. Like you're producing stories that our viewers see.
That's really the fun part of it. I could easily just come every day, do what I have to do and go, but it's so much more than that.
I said I was going to go to school, be an entertainment reporter, and that was it. And then one day I read an article about Ariana Grande's ponytail, and I said, I don't want this to be my life. I love that ponytail, but I didn't want that to be my life. And then I realized, I don't want to be an entertainment reporter. I just want to tell news in an entertaining way. So that's what drew me into journalism.
I fell into weather, and I stay here because I feel so many people need to see a Black woman in this role and know that this can be occupied by a Black woman. I stay because I can count on one hand the amount of female Black meteorologists I've ever seen on TV.
That part.
And I feel, since I'm here, it's my duty to stay here and to continue to occupy this space for people looking to see what careers exist.
My hair's naturally curly. Surprise! I'm black, everyone. And I had like a curly bun on the top of my head. Get back to my desk. It's never fails to get an email when I get back to my desk. And a man had written me, I wish you would have combed your hair today. You look sloppy. Ooh. The very next email, though, was from a mom, and it brought me to tears. And she was like, my daughter was watching you on the news today, and she said, Mommy, she looks like me. Her hair looks like my hair. And it's everything. You know what I mean? It's so small. Like I literally just didn't have time to comb my hair that day and put it in a curly bun. I didn't straighten it, but like just always know on the other side of like that nasty email, whether you get an email or not, know that like there are people who look like us watching, and sometimes young people, and it's why we're here. Like that's why I'm here.